Hey everybody, One of Wiisdom here. I still haven't gotten to upload and see what people think of the videos where I play the catchphrase at the beginning to kind of tell you what we're doing. And this character is not on the website anyway, so that wouldn't be an option. But their catchphrase reminds me of a game I played when I was younger. It was PC based, of course. Super Solver's Midnight Rescue. I've mentioned it several times. And the main villain, if you will, was, I don't really know how he was a villain. He was going to paint the school with invisible paint, which I say applaud the man. But he had 5 robotic paintbrushes. Anyway, what he would always say is, "I'm Morty Maxwell, the master of mischief." And that ties in quite nicely in a dorky way with Master Mysticat. And as you can see there, his slogan is the Master of Mystery. Hence the comparison I made, both interesting characters. This guy is looking pretty good now that I actually get him up here in the light, which is new. I procured a light bulb for above the pool table just for you in these unboxings. Anyway, Magic Element and Sorcerer, very cool stuff, right? We got the Golden Queen down there as well, sharing in the Sorcerer duties. This is the sidebar artwork, and our look in, you can kind of see the tail on the back side, and then coming around to this side, you can actually kind of see a different angle. This is going to be a cool figure to take a look at, and we're going to wait to go into detail until we do just that. There you see the inset box art, and right there again, Magic Element Sorcerer. If you're having trouble with those logos, there's a couple places you can find them and just kind of get to know them by name, so you don't have issues when you select crystals, etc. Sensei Skylanders unleash almighty Sky Chi powers. Unlock unique gear and weapons for your imagination. Ooh, almost time. It's almost midnight. I can open up the chest again. If you don't have the Skylanders Creator app, my advice, get it. Start unlocking the parts even before the game comes out. Also available, Master Ambush, Airstrike, Barbella, Ember, and of course a horde of creation crystals. Now, coolest thing about this packaging, aside from being uniform and easy to stack, dun, 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 dun. Check that out. That gives you a really good feel for the characters, in my opinion. To open it, couple things you need to do. Be aware that this is actually a J-hook tab. It's just tucked in very, very discreetly, so retailers can hang them or shelve them, whichever they prefer. And on his, you can kind of see the tape dot there and there. Also, the Magic Element logo. You can see it here pretty easy. It comes into the backside, and even though this fades to black, the Magic Element logo is still visible there and on the flap underneath this. Again, little subtle details, things like that. You can tell the people that did this took pride in what they do. They want it to look well. They want it to be presented well. I'm excited, again, just to go into stores and see the displays, because I think it's going to be visually very, very impressive. So we're going to go ahead and open this guy up inside of the box. Purple, because it's Magic Element. Very cool. Oh, hey, look at that. That's not like a tear, like scuff marks I did. That's like a mystical shot of something. Very cool. I guess that's, yeah, I guess it would tie in there. Right there, if you see in the background, little white streaks. Dun, 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 dun. Pretty cool. Anyway, this flap here actually is loaded down with Magic Element logos. You can kind of see them there. So what we want to do is come in, lift that up, fold out these 2 flaps. Note the full-on purple, which is really cool. That complements him quite nicely. Now we want to come in and just grab this, pull him out, set this down carefully to the side. This is just legal jargon. It's nothing you have to care about. No stat card, no sticker sheet, no battle cast card, sadly. But we do have an amazing figure to look at. So, these are a little bit more difficult to unbox. I feel like they put extra time into developing the forms here, just to ensure that these get from point A to point B to point C, all the way final destination, which is you, the end user, the portal master, in tip-top shape. And if that means we have to work a little harder to box them, so be it. Now, what I like to do, same as always, identify weak points: the tail, the hand, extremities, the staff in this case. Grab the base. I always like to work from the base, and then I work the plastic, not the figure. If the plastic breaks, I could care less. If the figure breaks, we're going to be disappointed and sad. So, right there, see what we did? We identified the weak point came in, and now we're just going to work the plastic on this side of the staff. Where it's wrapped around is actually his fist, where he's holding the staff. Got that taken care of, and then we can see another choke point down there at the legs and the base itself. Boom, shakalaka, look at us go. We're going to go ahead and pull this out, and voila. Believe it or not, we've unboxed what you would think would be a lot of magical type characters, Starcast, Chaos, Golden Queen, etc. This is our first magic element character to unbox, so let's start with the base. It's a majestic purple, that's exactly what I would call it. It looks amazing. Classic magic element design, sort of like the stars, if you will. Sorcerer battle class, we saw that on Golden Queen. This is just way easier to see because the colors don't contrast. I have a light now and it's not reflecting crazy. The magic element stuff, it just seems to be they place the stars in, note, not exactly equilateral between those two sides. These sides, yes, star and two, but then on the back side, instead of, well, that's a star and two. Oh, I guess that is too. Okay, well, yeah. Equilateral, so that problem has been solved. Down here on the bottom, Magic Element logo, Activision on the base. You can see right here, sort of like that textured stuff. I like it. The bases are uniform sizes. So if you take this and you're like, oh, what about that little guy? What's his name? Airstrike? Same size. You're like, what about Golden Queen? She's tall. Same size. You're like, well, what about Wolfgang? He's got a really wide stance there. Same size. And what this allows them to do, the wider, sort of larger footprint, you can go in and instead of having him be top heavy and constantly falling like this, which the fist is a little bit heavier than the staff in my opinion, he's just balanced and he's going to stand, and it's a nice flat uniform surface which will allow that. Coolest thing here. Alright, number one, obviously, he's a cat, which I thought we kind of needed in this series. We've had dogs, you know, Hot Dog, which he went over extremely well. Had a couple of, you know, spin-off things, but this is like a sphinx, right? Check this out, though. It's like a cat paw, man. Is that not cool? And then they even added like the translucent gem in there. I guess like amethyst, if you will, would probably be what they were going for. Very, very cool. You can see the staff. You can see the claws, 3 and a thumb, as usual for most Skylanders. Here's the thing, though. He sort of got the 2 hands, and you're like, yeah, and there's this foot. Wow, that's a wide stance. Check it out, though. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. You're like, interesting, right? So now he takes on a whole different stance when you realize that, does he not? And it kind of makes sense if you're like, well, that's a strange pose. Is he falling over? No, he's got 4 legs and 2 arms. So coming in over here, pretty well straightforward. This is more, I wouldn't call that slate gray. This is a couple steps darker. It's almost like a charcoal. Not jet black, not chaos black, not even the black on Master Kingpin. Has a definite lighter tone to it. But he's just got the standard glove, and then he's just got the gold cuffs, which I think play off of the purple really well. That's one of the good combinations, in my opinion. Gives that like vibe of royalty. Now, a lot of people don't see that. The way I grew up and what I saw as a child, I've always associated purple with magic and purple with royalty. And this guy's got them both. So it works out very well. That same glove design, he's actually got sort of like on leg cuffs on each one. Just lacks the gold adornments. You can add that if you were so inclined. The back does not have it, but the front 2 feet here, they've got sort of like a 1 2 3 triangle mountain type design. You can sort of see on the cuffs right there and there. Golden belt as per most senseis here. Once again, you sort of have like the cat paw matching the staff. Ties in very, very well. Facial features, I have to say, pretty impressive. He has some really good eyes here. That sky blue and the black combined with sort of like the sly grin and the white teeth. It really works well. It's something, I think it shows decent on the camera. I think in person you'll appreciate it even more. The hair, very nice here, but this is that time. This is what some of you may look forward to. I attempt to rotate the character around so you can see it from different angles while I read the bio. So once again, Mysticat, Magic Element Sorcerer. Again, that's going to be your Sorcerer battle class sign. Slogan, the Master of Mystery. Not Mischief, that's Morty Maxwell, but the Master of Mystery. I think you're going to really enjoy this bio. For centuries, Mysticat and the Great Sphinxes guarded the entrance to the Enchanted Desert with their famous riddles which few could solve. I bet Professor Layton could do that. Mysticat was a curious creature. See the tie-in there with the cats? And had his own questions that even he could not answer. He was puzzled as to why others wanted to enter the Enchanted Desert so badly. So he decided to venture himself to find the answer. But instead of finding answers, he was attacked by wandering gypsies, very accurate, and evil sand raiders that scoured the desert for lost treasure. After fighting them off with his impressive sorcery skills, he returned to the elders and explained what happened. It was then that they revealed the true nature of the desert to him. They told him that what he saw was a vision of his own destiny, and that he was meant to protect all of Skylands, not just the enchanted desert. Master Eon was then invited to enter the desert to meet Mysticat to see if their two destinies were intertwined. When Eon emerged the next day, it was clear to him that Mysticat was meant to be one of his best senseis. No pressure, Mysticat. And that he would one day shave his beard, but he kept that part to himself. So, very cool background story. Mysticat, sort of unique. We haven't really had anything quite like this. Conjures up some similarities to Dunebug, if you will. I'm excited to see how he plays. Again, I don't really know much, if anything at all about him. I don't think I've seen much artwork or gameplay at all. So he's going to be a cool character to introduce and get to know. And he's got the pressure of that bio saying he's one of the best senseis. So, we'll see if he lives up to the hype. That said, I thought my nephew would really like Mysticat as well. If you are into Mysticat, if you think he's the greatest Skylander Imaginator you have seen thus far, if you think he's the coolest sensei I've unboxed, let me know in the comments section. Hit that like button. Your support is appreciated. SkylanderClub.com. I created the site. I run the site. I made the site for people just like you. So Mysticat's going to put a spell on you and tell you to sign up. If you crank the volume up, he was meowing audibly. But anyway, seriously though, I built that. Take advantage of it. Have some fun with it. That's why I made it. SkylanderClub.com. Make sure you follow me on Twitch and Twitter. You can like me on Facebook. Circle me on Google+. OneOfWiisdom.com is my personal website. Make sure you check that out for tons of Skylanders information. I have been doing Skylanders since day one of SSA. Not Trap Team, not Superchargers, not Imaginators, SSA. I feel like I've logged as much time as anybody. I've probably per capita done more videos on Skylanders, whether it's upgrades, research, unboxings, walkthroughs, heroics, all that stuff. And back in the day, things were fine, and then they changed the way partnerships were handed out, and I've been getting cross-promoted over ever since, and it sucks. It sucks really bad, because instead of people finding my videos or seeing them, I get cross-promoted over, and you see the same big channels and partnered people over and over again. If you really like what you see here, you're already subscribed, you've been subscribed, you want to help me out, you think, man, I really like his style better than some of the other super well-known people. Share the videos with your friends. Tell other people about me. That's the best course. It's really the only course of action since I don't want to be partnered with a third-party network. So that said, what I will do in return for you, and you don't even have to do any of that if you don't want to, but if you leave a comment on this video, hashtag Mysticat, I will give you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wiisdom. That's something I do in my Wiisdom Plays Minecraft series. Of particular interest, obviously, if you're into Minecraft. But even if you're not, I have a lot of people that really enjoy getting their names called out. The bonus brick is basically an in-game shout-out. I give it to you. You get to see your name called out. We forever cement you, barring a creeper, in the wall, or an Enderman, I suppose, in the Wall of Wiisdom. And I also let you become a Scholar of Wiisdom, which is another special deal, which I do at the start of episodes. For information on that, check the video description box. I won't bore you with it this time. But oneofwiisdom.com, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying. We are down to our final 4 Imaginators here. Ember, Hoodsickle, Chopscotch, and Barbella. So we will get after that. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of Mysticat, though. Very cool story. And I hope Eon never shaves his beard, because he's one of those dudes that's not going to look the same, and it's going to be weird for everyone. Not only him, but for everyone. So keep your fingers crossed that Eon does not shave. That said, thanks so much for watching. Me and Mysticat will catch you back here at the pool table for more Skylander Imaginators unboxings.